All right, who wants to see a thrift haul today? So it's been a little while since we've done one of these, but I've been out and about, and what I want to show you guys is actually a collection of stuff from a couple different trips. I've done some garage sailing. I took a quick trip to Junk Ranch and visited a thrift store yesterday, which is what you just saw. Hit the jackpot with finding, like, as she was putting stuff out on the shelf, which is awesome. That's always great. So just want to show you guys what I have. And then if you stick around at the end of the video, I'm going to take what we found in this haul, plus an item or two that I've shared in some past hauls, and I'm going to use them to redecorate the mantle in my living room for just a little bit more of a fall feel than what it has now. We're actually going to do it two ways. And so stick around. I've been asking to see some styling, more styling, and I'm trying to kind of get more of that in these videos for you guys. But let's get started off with the haul. All right, a couple weeks ago, I popped into a garage sale super quick, and it ended up being a really, really great garage sale. And so one of the things that I grabbed was this whole stack of Children's House books. I really like children's books. I just love the pictures. I love the illustrations in them. If I was doing it all over again and I was decorating a nursery or a little kid's room, I've just got big kids now and they want to just hang up their own posters and do their own stuff. But if I was doing it and decorating a little kid's room, I just would love to use a lot of vintage books. And even some that, these are in great shape. I wouldn't want to take these apart, but I've found some that have just been terrible shape before. And then you can kind of salvage some of the artwork. Like, look at that. Wouldn't that make an adorable print for a nursery or a little kid's room? I think it would. So that was one find from the garage sale. All right, another find was this set of brass candlesticks. And they're a little interesting. One, I like that they're two different sizes. That makes for a great display. And two, on the base, they've got this kind of like bubbled glass detail, which is pretty cool. There's not any markings on them. There's the evidence of like some tags so they may not be old. They could be newer. I'm not really sure. They have some patina on them. And they're really nice and heavy. So they've got a little bit of age to them for sure. Unique, just unique, different, still selling brass candlesticks. I think I paid $4 for the pair, which was a really fair price. Okay, this I'm excited to show you guys. It came from that garage sale and I paid, I think, $3 for it. So I'm gonna hold it up. It is a ledger and it's in a rough shape, but it is filled with all of this incredible hand script entries. Isn't that amazing? The whole book, it's just filled. Now, I'm gonna be honest, like look at this page. People just I don't write that pretty. Here's the thing. I've sat on it for a little bit because I'm really struggling with what to do with it. I run a business, and so because I run a business, part of what I do is I sell things for profit. And I have to evaluate what is the most profit I can get for an item. And so I don't do a lot of paperwork. Like, I'm not a scrapbooker. I'm not a junk journal person. That's not something. I love old paper. I don't necessarily do those types of crafts with it. But a lot of people do. And so after I bought this, I came home and I hopped on Etsy and discovered that selling off these pages individually or in groups of like 5 to 10 could be incredibly lucrative. Because there's 400 pages here in the book. So taking it apart and selling it in pieces to people that are wanting to use it for a junk journal would be a way to make a lot of money on this book. And different thing that I could do would be to scan it and sell digital prints of it. That's also something that's being done on Etsy. This is a legal size, and so I don't have a legal size scanner, and that would involve me going someplace and getting it scanned. But I could scan a bunch of the pages and then sell, 1925 is the date on it. Crazy. I could sell the scanned pages as a digital downloaded artwork in my own online shop or on Etsy, and people just print them off and they use that. So that's option 2, or option 3 is just to sell the whole book. And so I've seen prices for a whole book like this anywhere from $60 to $100. If somebody buys the whole book, that's what they're probably gonna do. They're probably gonna take it apart and use it for junk journal. So I know that somebody's gonna comment, and there's gonna be people that are angry that I'm even contemplating the idea of taking it apart. I haven't done it yet, and that's why, because I know that profit-wise, like that's the way to make the most profit, but I don't really want to. I really don't want to take it apart. I really don't. So, but you know, when you find something that's a great price and it has the potential to make you a nice profit, if you're a business owner, you just have to think through that. I would love an ideal world where I don't have to think about saving money for my kids to go to college, but I do. So when I have the opportunity to make a nice profit on something, I have to think through that and consider what are some ways. And so I think what I'm leaning towards is scanning the pages and putting together a digital bundle that people can download. So I can sell these scanned pages as a digital download, do that for a little while, and then also try selling the whole book. I think that's what I'm going for. So I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. If you're just like super mad at me that I would even consider that, then maybe not comment that, or at least try to understand that I run a business and I'm trying to pay for band fees and my kids that eat enormous amounts of food. I don't have room for like idealism. That's just like, you can't be idealistic about things. You have to kind of think through. But anyway, I would be interested to hear what you guys are thinking about this book. All right, moving on. Popped into a thrift store yesterday. That was what you guys saw when I found the loot that was just going out, which was super cool. And one thing that I grabbed from that cart is great brass face, nice and tall, heavy. It's got made in India sticker, good vintage piece, $3. Still selling brass. This is gonna go on my Facebook Live sale tonight. I'm also using it when we're staging the mantle later. Definitely would hold water. It was a great piece for $3. And I also grabbed this piece. So it's a little bit different. Look, it's kind of, it's not brass. It's some sort of, you know, other just plated metal, but it's got these kind of mixed metals on here. Very mid MCM, you know, kind of mid-century. The birds and the grapes has the made in Japan stamp on the bottom, which gives it some age. Cool piece. I've got to look it up a little bit and figure out a little bit more about it. So I'm going to do a little bit more research on this today and maybe see if I can get a good value estimate for it. All right, I have had one of these before. Back when I had my studio, I had one of these, and it wasn't the exact same scene, but I could have sold it to like 10 people. Everybody loved it. So it's not wood. Well, it might be. I kind of go back and forth in between if it's wood or resin. I think it's resin, but then sometimes I look at it and I think maybe it's wood. It is a scene Bergen. And I don't know if I don't remember if that's in Germany or Switzerland. I'm not sure. We got the Alps back here. So if you happen to know, is Bergen in Switzerland or Germany? Let me know in the comments. But it's just this kind of little carved relief. And so it's already got a hook to hang it up. Neat, just little piece, $3. Like I said, the other one that I had, I could have sold it 5 times. So I don't imagine having any trouble with this one. It's just different. Don't see a lot of it. People like things that are unique. All right, another thrift store find that I pulled from that cart. Somebody was getting rid of some brass. And so this is just a little brass catch-all trinket. Now it's dirty. I've got to clean it up some. So here's the size. It's just a little ring, you know, sit your rings in it, painted, but definitely has some age to it. It's 50 cents. So easy grab for 50 cents. And now this is one of the neatest things I've found in a while. So, in fact, I've never seen one before, and I haven't ever sold one before, but it was there at the thrift store, and it's one of these, I don't know the technical term for it, little smoker. It's like a beekeeper. So check out what it says here. Can you see that? The AI Root Company, beekeeping supplies. So I did look it up. I forgot technically what it's called. I don't remember. The leather is all cracked. This alone right here to me is great. It's amazing. I kind of like the cracked leather. I don't know. It's just cool. Cool, different, great shelf piece, kind of man cave, fall item, all of those things. So I paid $10 for it. I've seen several online that are 60 to 85 range. So I think 10 was a good price. Cool piece. I would love to hear what you guys think of it. If it's too rusty or crusty for you, it's really got that kind of fun primitive vibe, something I've never seen before, and that I wasn't expecting to pull out at the thrift store today. All right, also grabbed at the thrift store this little pair. There is a gentleman and his lady, marked painted in Japan, so that shows their age on them. They were $1 a piece. And the reason I grabbed them is because they're in good shape. I am now seeing, it looks like the lady has a crack on her here in the back, but still in great shape. A lot of times the heads have cracked off. People have glued the heads back on. But I grabbed them because really growing in popularity is that what I've heard called greeny chic or grand millennial style. And the last time I said greeny chic, I think somebody got offended because they felt like I was calling them old or making them feel old. And so don't get offended with the term. It's just a design term that's going around. You can go with grand millennial if you like that better, but it's just kind of that fancier toile, brass, gold, chinoiserie, fine china. Those things are coming back out. And I kind of think I got a little bit of that in me. I kind of think that fits me a lot more than farmhouse does, or even cottage. I kind of like fancy little things. So I really like this little pair. Cute, just together on a shelf, in someone's bedroom, on their dresser for $1 a piece. They were a great find. And I think I'm gonna be able to sell them. Okay, thrift store find here, this pretty red toll tray. I believe it was $4 or $5, I can't remember. And it actually came with a big picture hanger on it, which is golden because I use those all the time. So, and those are kind of expensive. So I took the picture hanger off and used it for a platter. I love painted toll trays. Maybe that's grand millennial. I don't know, is it? I love them. I think they're really great. I have a blue one that I bought at Junk Ranch that I'm gonna be using to decorate my kitchen. I have another one that I bought for my sister that I kind of wanted to keep, but I wound up giving, I did give it to her. I love them. Red, it's a great color for the season right now. So just enough wear on that painting. Doesn't bother me that it's not perfect. Doesn't bother me at all. We're gonna use this in our staging and my mantle in a little bit, but I thought $4 or $5 was a fantastic price on it. Okay, this I grabbed actually on my way out of my antique booth. Usually I just kind of walk a couple laps as I go up there, restock, and then I walk a couple laps on my way out. There was a booth that had everything half off, and I love little boxes. So look at this little guy. This was $1, 5-cent certified Cremo. I don't know what that is. I'll have to look it up and see. This little inside paper keeps wanting to fall off, so I might glue it back on. This other one is in, but these little boxes like this are cute decorative accents. Drop a couple pieces of greenery in them. If you can find some smaller books, stack them in them. It was $1. So I thought that was kind of a fun little find, especially because it still has this label right here on the front. That's what really drew me to it. Also on my way out of the antique mall, I grabbed this little piece. Now it was marked pewter. I don't think it's pewter. I think it's plated, silver plate. It says on the base, oh, now I can't read it. Hero deep plate. So I'll look that up. We'll see. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it is pewter, but to me it looks like plated silver plate. Just a little creamer. It was $3.50. I like these details right here. Different than what I see, and it's a good size. It's a little bit taller. So nice little flower vase. Perfect for that. It's gonna go on my live sale later tonight. Okay, I forgot to show you guys these that I got at the thrift store. They were actually the first thing that I saw. And they're 2 art books. So Metropolitan Seminars in Art. And I'm kind of irritated that there's this tag. I'll probably hit it with my heat gun to see if I can get it off without damaging. Well, it's coming off. It's not too bad. There's a little sticky spot here on the back, which tells me that these probably came from somebody else's booth and then they got rid of them. And then here I am, ta-da. They were $3 each, but the reason that I got them, they're kind of neat on the inside. You know, they're in good shape and they have some neat instruction here and pictures on the inside. But in this inside flap, both of them have a bunch of really nice prints of famous art. So we've got some Surat. This one here, this lady's big old bustle always kind of cracks me up. And let's see, Mantegna here. Anyway, you get the idea. There's like a bunch of art in these. Oh, I like that one. A Degas. I like that one. So somebody could, you know, easily pop these in a frame. They're definitely frameable. And so I thought for $3, it's kind of this whole collection of prints of famous works. And you get a nice book with it. So that's this one. There's another one. And this one has the Starry Nights print in it, which is a fan favorite always, right? So it has that one. Oh man, I've seen this. The Burial of the Count of Orgazba El Greco in Toledo, Spain. I've actually been here and seen this. Gorgeous, gorgeous. Took an art history class my freshman year of college and just loved it so much. So something a little bit more modern. This is at the Uffizi Gallery in Florence. Was supposed to go there in 2020. Supposed to go to Italy, had to cancel my trip. A couple other things, like for $3, all of these prints, I might keep some myself and frame them. I'm not really sure, but it was definitely the prints that sold me on the books. The books, though, by themselves are in nice shape. And if you enjoy any sort of art history, they've got lots of information in there about them. So I thought they were a great find. Okay, so you might have seen my short that I posted the other day where they had the Fall Junk Ranch, and I went with my friend Tanya from Free Range Cottage. If you don't know her channel, be sure to go over and check out her channel. And I did not make a film of this junk ranch because, to just be honest, you guys, I kind of needed a day to just go with a friend and just be out there. So that's why I just did the shorts video. I'm sorry if you're really looking forward to it. I'll make another one. I just kind of wanted to go and shop and not try to make it businessy, but just kind of be there and enjoy it. So I didn't buy a ton. I bought 3 things, but the 3 things that I bought, I'm really excited about. Here's the first one. Ta-da! Look at this gigantic oak frame. Can you see the beautiful oak that it is? And all of this detail. I love big open frames. Like, I love them. I love them for decorating. I love them for layering. This is gonna go on my mantle here in a minute when we finish up. This one is solid and sturdy, this beautiful oak, and it was $10, which is, I mean, I just snagged it up as soon as I saw the price, $10 on it. Okay, and my other purchase at Junk Ranch was a pair of vintage green shutters. So let me see if I can let you guys see these better. With this original green chippy paint on it, perfect. And they actually both too have this original hardware, which I just love as a cool accent. So there were 2 of them. I grabbed both of them and they also were $10 each. It was the same vendor. So we're gonna use one of these in a little bit when I style my mantle, but for $10, I can put these in my booth at Christmas time, mark up the price some, and I know they will sell. They make beautiful Christmas decorations just to have out. Somebody could stack them on their front porch and hang a cute Christmas sign from them. It's just a great, great color. And my friend Tanya there were some black ones that she bought, and just, I love them. I think they were great. So they were all actually from the same vendor. His prices were super, super reasonable. So I grabbed the oak frame and the shutters from him. I did look at a couple other things, just decided that the prices were a little bit higher, honestly, than what I wanted them to be at this junk range. Great pieces, but a little bit more than what I was looking to spend. So these were the 3 pieces that I walked away with, but I enjoyed going. It was fun to be with a friend, and also just fun to just kind of be inspired and look at what everybody had. All right, so this mantle right here behind me is a mantle in my living room, and this is kind of how it normally looks, and I love everything that's up there, but I just want to change it up a little bit for the fall, change up the color scheme a little bit. So we're going to use some of the stuff that I just got in this haul, plus a couple things that are from some past hauls. I maybe brought home a piece or 2 from my booth, but we're going to use vintage finds to style it and just give it a different look. So whenever I'm styling or putting together vignettes, and kind of like in my other vignette video that I posted just a few weeks ago, I always start by placing the larger elements at the back and then just building out layers from there. So we're going to start with this green shutter and then the big oak frame. And I'm trying the green shutter laying down. We're going to try standing up too, but we're going to give it a try laying down this first round. So I've always got some old books on hand. They're great for tucking in an empty spot, or decided that I wanted to try them stacked here just to give these candlesticks a little bit more height and a little bit more interest rather than just sitting them flat on the mantle there. It's always great to just keep some old books around. And then these little faux hops that I have from my online shop, they're just so cute. I have them in a couple different colors, tucking in a little bit of greenery accent. And I love how it came out. I think that's a nice little look. We've got some red and some green and some gold, and those colors are all just repeated throughout the whole vignette. After looking at this for a while, I decided that that red tray was just too pretty to be tucked back there. So I rearranged that and the print a little bit, and I think that looks even better like that. Okay, we're going to use mainly the same elements, but this time we're starting with the shutter standing up, and let's see what look we can create like this. So this time I pulled in the little cigar box and put those 2 cute hops just down inside that. And we're still going to use the books and the candlesticks, but we're standing them up. And then I am going to add just one little other piece of greenery just to kind of fill in that space there on the left side. I felt like it needed a little something more. There's the brass vase again. And then here's just a little extra piece of greenery that I pulled. And I think that balances it out well. Thanks so much for joining me today in this video. I had fun just playing around with some vintage items. I hope you guys had fun too. If you did, then please do leave this video a thumbs up and let me know what you think in the comments. So I'm gonna keep kind of playing around with this a little bit more. I think that's part of the fun of just thrifting and sourcing these vintage items, is that you can just kind of change stuff out as you like with nothing being crazy expensive, right? You can just kind of keep playing with it, trying to get the look that you want. I love just this really kind of eclectic, collected feel. I think it just creates a really unique and interesting space. And I know when people come into my home, they always stop and look at things. In fact, I had a friend on a birthday party we had on Saturday. She was walking around with a baby and she said, "Your house is perfect to just walk around trying to get this baby to go to sleep, because there's just so many things to look at." So I took that as a compliment. I think it's neat to just have unique and interesting and different things to look at in your home. Of course, you want your home to just be a place that you love and a place that you and your family feel welcome and at home and surrounded yourself by beautiful things. So that's what I try to do with my space. But that's what I've got for today. I hope you guys had fun. Again, if you're not a subscriber, then please subscribe, join our community. Of course, I'll be sharing the links to the greenery that I told you guys about down in my online shop. And I hope you guys have a great rest of the week. I'll see you soon.